All right, today we're going to have a look at this new indoor antenna from Televis. This is the Innova Boss Mix. Here's everything out of the box. You can see the antenna is a nice compact size. Should look good in most decors. It's got a pretty discreet look to it. It also comes with a piece of coaxial cable, which is a little thicker than the usual spaghetti thin cable that comes with most indoor TV antennas. It also has a USB power cord to power the built-in preamp. The Innova Boss Mix is designed for receiving high VHF and UHF TV channels. In North America, that means RF channels 7 through 36. That is where the majority of broadcast TV stations are nowadays. Inside the main body of the unit is a UHF element for receiving channels 14 through 36. And these extendable dipole elements here on the back are for RF channels 7 through 13 on the high VHF band. And as with many other Televis products, the Innova Boss Mix features the built-in proprietary T-Force chip-driven amplifier, which will automatically adjust the signal level in real time to give you the optimal signal amplification for your reception area. This antenna works in two modes, active or passive mode. In active mode, the preamp is powered and automatically adjusting the signal gain for you. And in passive mode, the antenna will continue to work even if the preamp is not powered for some reason. As I mentioned, this antenna has extendable dipoles that can be used for enhancing VHF TV channel reception. But if you don't have any channels broadcasting on VHF in your area, you can just fold those out of the way for a much cleaner look. The design of this antenna also shields it from interference from FM radio broadcasts and 4G, 5G, and LTE cell phone signals that can wreak havoc on your television signal. Something else I noticed is that Televis makes a very conservative signal range claim of about 20 or so miles, which sounds about right for an indoor antenna. To connect the antenna to your television or digital converter box, attach one end of the coax cable to the RF in port on the back of the antenna, and the other end of the coax cable to the RF in port on the back of your TV or digital converter box. To power the built-in amplifier, you have a few options. Use the included USB cable to plug into a USB slot on your TV, the front of your digital converter box, or use the included adapter and just plug it into the wall. Another lesser-known option to power the amplifier is directly through the coaxial cable. A lot of digital converter boxes have this feature somewhere in the menu. It's called antenna power. And if you switch this on, that will actually backfeed voltage through the coaxial cable back to the antenna, and that will power the amplifier for you. A few things to remember when installing an indoor TV antenna. If possible, put it in or near a window that faces the same direction as your local broadcast towers. Try to get the antenna up as high as possible. Now, if you are going to put it on a wall, make sure that on the other side of that wall there isn't a bunch of trees or buildings that might obstruct the signal. The goal is to try and let your antenna capture as much TV signal as possible. All right, I've got the antenna all set up for testing here on a shelf. It's pointed in the direction of my local broadcast towers. And in my area, there's only 3 channels that are broadcasting. They're all on VHF, and only one of them is receivable indoors. So today for the testing, I'll be showing you the signal strength on RF channel 9. And I'm powering the antenna through the USB slot on the front of my digital converter box. So let's have a look at that signal. Well, here's a look at those signal results. This is with the antenna in active mode, meaning that that amplifier is powered and is automatically adjusting the signal strength. And I can say honestly that this signal strength is outstanding. I've never had an antenna produce an indoor signal strength this high before. You can see the signal is in the high 70s going into the mid 80s. That is absolutely outstanding. Previous to this, the best indoor signal I've been able to get is 65, maybe 70% at times. But I've also had outdoor antennas that aren't able to produce the signal strength either. All right, that's a look at the Innova Boss Mix from Televis, a new indoor antenna model that did an outstanding job for my purposes on VHF. And presumably this antenna would also be an outstanding performer on UHF. The specs in the manual say that the gain is 27 dB on UHF channels 14 through 36. So if you're looking for an indoor TV antenna that is sleek, looks good, and is an outstanding performer with lots of nice features built in, you might want to have a look at this one from Televis.